Hey guys, welcome to our Orlando, the center of the Metaverse panel. Is that good sound there? Good, fantastic. Thank you so much for coming. And my name is Joel Martin. I'm originally from South Florida. I actually went to middle school not too far from here at Nautilus, and I went to Beach High. So I'm a local Miamian, and I ended up moving to Orlando about 10 years ago. It's really not my story, but I wanted to start with that. And one of the first people I met when I got there was Kyle Morrand and the team at 302 Interactive. And I did not have a background in technology, but I immediately became immersed into video games and mobile development. And I joined the board of a company called ViewStub, and I became an advisor to Code Firm, and all these amazing opportunities started opening up for me that I didn't find in Miami because it was a totally different world. And I find myself all of a sudden in the center of the metaverse. So I want to introduce two very important people to Orlando right now. Justin Braun, who's the director for the Orlando Economic Partnership. They're bringing a lot of companies and promoting all this innovation in Orlando. And Kyle Morrand, the CEO of 302 Interactive. And I'm going to let you guys introduce yourself. Justin, take it away.
Thanks, Joel. Hi, everyone. I'm Justin Braun. I am from the Orlando Economic Partnership, and I oversee marketing communications there. A little bit about myself is I'm a musician. I'm a percussionist. I went to school for percussion performance. I still play in a quasi-regional band. But I found myself in the entrepreneurial scene in Orlando early on because I founded a foodtrepreneurial venture called Winter Park Seltzer Company. I make small batch artisan sparkling water on Monday nights. It's just part of who I am. Because I got tired of buying sparkling water. I got tired of all the different brands. I wanted my own. And a buddy of mine wanted to recreate Diet Coke because he was addicted to Diet Coke and wanted to figure out how to make it. So we put our heads together and we started this small soda manufacturer. And that got me immersed into the entrepreneurial scene in Orlando, which is very welcoming.
You went to IZEA, right?
I worked at IZEA.
IZEA, yes.
Yeah. So I got an MBA. I worked for a number of startups. I worked for Active Engage, which is live chat for car dealerships. I worked for IZEA, which is an influencer marketing, marketplace, and SaaS company. And then found myself at the partnership because I love Orlando so much. I see its potential. I know all of the cool things that are happening there, and I just want to spread the word about it. And that's what I get to do for a living. And that's how I met Kyle.
All right, Kyle, come on.
Yeah, so I'm Kyle Morrand, CEO of 302 Interactive. 302 is a relatively new company, I suppose. We've been around for 8 years, but been operating as a software development company doing AR and VR development for the last 4 years. But really for myself and getting into the local community for Orlando, I was born and raised here in Miami, grew up in Pembroke Pines, and went to Disney like everybody else, probably once, twice a year for pretty much my whole childhood.
That's the American experience.
Yeah, the normal Florida experience, and learned a lot about not just the wonders of Disney and all of that, but that a lot of that technology, which I've just been a technology fan forever, was also made in Orlando. So when I had to choose a college, I chose UCF. When I was in UCF, I chose computer engineering and game development. That turned into having this crazy idea of starting a game studio, and then that game studio turned from one person to now I think we're 16 people. So as we've grown over the last 8 years as an organization, really have been immersed in the Orlando scene, the Orlando tech community, and as software developers and really game developers and now metaverse developers, we've had a lot of experience working with companies in Orlando that you wouldn't expect are interested in doing games and metaverse technology. We've worked with healthcare companies, education companies, we've worked with the local government.
DOD?
Worked on the DOD side. I've worked like 3 years on the Navy projects, worked with Universal Studios, and for us as a company, it sounds like a lot of different industries you're tapping into, but it all ends up being the same technologies. For us, we've really seen a lot of growth just being in Orlando, and a lot of the core concepts of the metaverse that people are trying to push forward have already been around in Orlando for the last 10 years, which is where I think the city's been pushing now, that we really are a center for what the metaverse is supposed to be from a
Well, that
technology
was my next
stance
question.
and communities.
Why Orlando? Why is there so much happening in Orlando? I mean, and we left a few things: the Orlando Tech Council, the Orlando Game Space, where we're both actively involved. So why Orlando? Maybe we can bring
Sure.
it back to Justin here.
You left out the Central Florida VR
Oh,
AR
yes, of
Association,
course,
the
yeah.
largest chapter in the country.
At UCF, right?
Yes, absolutely. So why Orlando? I'm going to use the clicker now.
Our video.
Well,
This
we're
is good. This is
not
pretty
yet.
good.
But let me just give a little backstory here. So back in the 1950s and 60s, Martin Marietta moved to the Orlando region to help fuel America's space race. And in doing so, they created the University of Central Florida to train the engineers to create the rockets. Not soon afterward, Disney came to the Orlando region and brought thousands of creatives to the region. And that collision between creative experiential entertainment and defense technology created an innovation ecosystem that thrives to this day because it created a cottage industry to support both, while pushing the boundaries of what technology could be and what's possible, both for entertainment, both for defense. And that's why we're the center of the metaverse. So the Meta Center is being developed in Orlando. Proof points of that are we have $6 billion annually of marketing, simulation, and training contracts just coming from the Department of Defense and the 5 branches of the military. We have the training command centers of all 5 branches of the military, and they see the future of digital technology and 3D simulation, and they're using that to train their technicians, their soldiers, so they know what they're doing before they get in the field, so that it's second nature. And there's all of this industry supporting the experiential entertainment of Disney and then of Universal and all of the entertainment companies that call the region home. And all of that combines into a great place to start a business, a great place to scale a business, a welcoming, collaborative environment where if you have a good idea and you show up, there are people there ready to help you make that a reality. There are people that ready to buy it and to bring it to life. So why Orlando? Orlando is an epicenter for AR, VR, IoT, and AI development. Miami is an epicenter for NFT and blockchain development. Together we make up a mega region that is the
I like that
center.
term, mega region.
Mega region. Once we connect Brightline trains from Miami to Orlando, we are a mega region. Once that connects to Tampa, we are the largest metro outside of California.
And I absolutely love Brightline. I don't know if there's anybody here from Brightline. We got our Swift Mile stations there. Love you guys. Just plug myself. Go ahead.
So the building blocks of the metaverse are being developed in this mega region. We're home to EA Sports. We're home to Iron Galaxy. We're home to 302 Interactive. We have
Red 6?
We have Red 6. We have AR, VR companies that are doing things that no one's even thought of yet. So what is the metaverse? It is these layers of technology: Miami, blockchain, digital currency; Orlando, AR, VR, artificial intelligence, gaming, IoT, 3D reconstruction. And here's a little explainer about it.
Welcome to Orlando, the home of Imagineers, game developers,